One of the things about Ash Wednesday is the inclusion of ashes. And if you've been around people who are on Ash Wednesday services, either in the morning or the afternoon or the evening, you might see a smudge of ashes that some pastor or priest placed on their forehead in the shape of a cross. Ashes have been a long sign of Ash Wednesday, obviously, and the ashes come from the burning of palms from the previous year's Palm Sunday. You get them together, you put them in a bucket, and you burn them. One of the amazing things about burning the ashes is that in some ways it's symbolic of our lives, that when you first light the ashes, they burn really hot and they produce a big flame, and then there's just a whole bunch of smoke and smoldering for a really long time. When it's all done, the ashes are just kind of gray and they're in the bottom of the bucket, and when you start grinding them down, a whole 5-gallon bucket of palms becomes less than a quarter of a cup of ashes. Again, in some ways, this is a little bit symbolic of some of the things that we've promised God in our lives, that we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we'll do this, we'll do that. And then when we finally get down to it, maybe our lives aren't always all of the things that we imagined them to be. When we apply the ashes, we mix them, one of the pastors mixes them with a little oil so that then they're able to apply to your heads. As we think about that, the pastor always says the words, "Remember you are dust, and to dust you shall return." Those are the words that God said to Adam after the sin of eating the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That God is reminding us from where we came and ultimately where we're destined to go. As we get together on Ash Wednesday, we remember that these are signs of our own frailty. They're signs also of God's promise to be with us no matter where we are, no matter what happens in our lives.